Hey y'all, it's Lauren and Jamie.
This week we're talking about drugs, strippers, and partying.
This is the Chicks and Dip Podcast. Hey y'all.
Hello, hello.
It's Lauren.
It's Jamie. Welcome to the Chicks and Dip Podcast, episode 22.
It's our Taylor Swift episode, you guys. We're feeling 22, and I am feeling delirious.
She is. She's been awake for about 24 hours now.
At noon, it was 24 hours. Yesterday, what is today? Tuesday? Yep. I left Las Vegas. I was in Vegas for 6 days, and I got on a 10 p.m. flight Vegas time. So that was about 1 a.m. here. So I left Vegas at 10 p.m. Monday night, and I arrived to Savannah at like 9:30 a.m. Tuesday. So I'm fresh off the red eye. There's not a stitch of makeup on my face. My hair is doing what it's doing. And I'm here because I love you. I care about you.
We are here. We both went on little mini vacays, and Lauren went to Vegas, and I hung out with my parents. So we did two totally different things.
Two different vibes, you know? That's like a couple episodes ago. We were talking about like our Friday nights. I was like, I literally broke my leg falling when I was drunk. And Jamie's like, yeah, I just like had a glass of wine on my couch. I was like, yeah.
I'm watching Disney movies by myself.
It's casual. It's fine. But all of that to say that is kind of segueing into today's topic. Obviously, we have some fun things to talk about. Wow, I'm like butchering my little intro because I'm so damn tired. We have some things that, you guessed it, we've been talking about over chips and dip. Y'all,
that was amazing, and I don't think she blinked that entire time.
Put me out of my misery.
You were really just looking at me for support, and I was like, you got it. Let's just keep chugging along. We are getting there. We got there.
Okay, no. Side note, you should have seen me in the airport this morning. Whenever we got to Atlanta for our layover, I was literally laying on the floor taking a nap on my bag, like on my carry-on bag as my pillow. And whenever I woke up, my like contacts were like glued to my eyes, and I took them out in the middle of the airport and just threw them in the trash can and put my glasses on.
Wow.
Yep. So that's why my eyes probably look crazy, because they've been on a journey.
Oh my God, that's insane. We have some intro stories for y'all this morning, but since we're already talking about airport travel, you have a TSA story.
Okay. So we went to New Orleans, and I didn't have the pre-check, and then I applied. Like as soon as we got back, Jamie made me apply. I got my appointment, I guess, just in time for this Vegas trip. So like I get done with the whole thing, I do the fingerprint, whatever, and they're like, okay, it'll be 3 to 5 days. So on your way home from Vegas, you'll have TSA pre-check. I'm like, perfect. 3 to 5 business days. I got my PSA. I got my TSA pre-check when I literally hit Atlanta. Like midway through my flight home. Yeah, I got the email. I was like, you've been approved. I was like, well, thanks. I've gone through security already.
Oh,
thanks.
Damn, that sucks.
So close. But it got me thinking about something that has happened to me now like twice on this trip. Whenever you did have regular security and you had to like wear your shoes and take them off, like for the security line, did you do shoes with laces? This is relevant, I promise.
Yes, well, actually, me traveling this whole weekend, despite me having TSA, for some reason, it didn't pop up on any of my tickets. So I had to do regular. And yeah, I had laces.
Do you ever untie your laces and like somehow it just makes a knot? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Like, if they get jostled around, they make their own knot?
I don't know how it happens, but it happened to me both times going through security. And so then I'm like frantically like shaking, trying to like get my freaking shoe off in the line. And there's like 30 people waiting on me. So I like literally just a regular knot, not a double knot, a regular ass knot in my shoelace. You pull one to untie it, right? And then the whole thing is supposed to just come untied.
Yeah.
Both times I would pull it and it would just knot itself, the whole thing. So then I had to, with these freaking nails, try to undo the knot. And I'm like, is this happening to everyone? Did I panic and untie my shoe wrong? Like, that's never happened to you?
No.
It was driving me nuts. No, literally, I was like having to sit on the ground to untie my freaking shoes.
Maybe you like thought that you were taking the entire knot out and it wasn't. Like it was only one string.
I don't know, y'all. Like, clearly I'm not good. I don't know what was going on, but it happened on the way to Vegas. So, like, we can't blame Vegas for this. This is a shoe thing.
Yeah, maybe we just need to pay more attention to the knots that we're tying.
Jamie, shut up. Oh, my God. Jamie's like, maybe you should learn how to untie a shoe.
I'm kidding. No, I can picture what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think, like, you probably put them through and then they just got jostled around and created a knot.
It happens only when I'm in TSA. I don't understand it.
Probably just because you're, like, frantically, like, trying to get everything off.
I guess so. I'm wearing my slides next time.
Yeah.
Birkenstocks only.
But I usually am wearing sneakers, though, so it is kind of... But with TSA, you don't have to take them off.
I'm leaving those baby. I'm going to double knot them. As soon as I finally get to use my TSA, I'm double knotting those bitches and I'm going to rub it in everybody's face.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's going to feel so good when you go through. Yeah, it didn't work for any of my freaking things. It was really annoying.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Did you get like flagged for something?
They would send me back in the line. So like yesterday, it was 4:00 in the morning. I'm at the Albany airport and I'm in the TSA line and he scans it and he goes, okay, yep, standard line right over there. So then I got to get in the standard line. So then they scan my ID again. He goes, oh, you got TSA. You can go over there. I'm like, I know I do. That's why I was in the TSA line.
Bro.
I know. And the guy was like, oh, you do have TSA? I'm like, yes.
Oh my God, Jamie, you should have said, do you know who I am? Have you heard of the Chicks and Dip podcast? We have TSA pre-check. Now we do. Lauren finally got on board.
How dare you? Sit down, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have a funny story from home.
Okay.
You know how terrified I am of needles.
Oof.
So I've been pushing off getting blood work done for probably 4 years now. I kid you not. I don't ever get it done. I don't get shots. It is terrifying to me. Mm-hmm. So my mom's like, okay, we're going to go get it done. I am literally almost 25 years old. Keep this in mind. My mom comes with me to go get my blood drawn. Like comes back to the room with me, everything. She's sitting there. The woman comes back and I was like, I just want to let you know, I am absolutely terrified of needles before you do this. And she was like, okay, are you going to pass out? And I was like, I have not before, but today may be the first day that this happened. Stay tuned. I have no idea. So we get back there. She like has me put my arm out. She's like, which arm do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. What do you think? She's like, it's your arm, whichever one you want to do. So I do my left arm. And literally she starts cleaning off my arm. And as she goes to do it, I pulled my arm away and I was like, I can't do it. I can't get my blood drawn.
Are you serious?
No, I saw the needle and I was like, I can't do it. And my mom, like I'm 6 years old, is sitting over there in the chair and she's like, you got it, Jamie. You're okay. You can do it. And the woman literally asked me, do you want your mom to hold your hand?
I would have said yes.
The only reason why I said no is because my psycho ass has to hold my arm. So like say she was drawing blood out of my left arm, I watch everything that she's doing and I have my right arm like here, resting. I don't know why I feel like I'm in control when that happens. I am clearly not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that is why I said no, but I was like, wow, I cannot believe that she just asked me if my mom wants to hold my hand.
Wow.
Like, I need to get it together. So she did it. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. She's like, don't watch. I was like, no, I need to know everything that is happening at every single second. And we got it done. I got a little bruise now, but it literally took 5 seconds. There was a guy before me that got it done in 2 seconds. She's like, see, it wasn't that bad. It's like, I need to get over this fear.
The worst part is the stick. You know, that's it. I cannot believe you look at it. I'm the complete opposite. I'm not really, I don't like needles, you know, but I'm not like really scared of them. But if I look at it, that's whenever I start to feel like nauseous.
Oh yeah, no, I have to see what's going on at all times. The last time I got my blood drawn, I was holding my arm so hard that I was stopping the blood from coming out of my arm. So I had to sit on my hand.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think I've told you before, but whenever I was going through all my like thyroid shit, I was getting blood drawn and the like needle thing or like the tube like came out and it pulled the whole thing out while they still had the band around my arm, and that shit is like a movie. It shoots out of your arm like a water hose if they've still got it wrapped up that tight. It was crazy. It got all over the nurse's shirt, like, and still I'm not that scared of it. It was just kind of like so shocking that we were all just like anyway, you know what I mean?
I definitely would have passed out at that point.
Yeah. That was gross.
But no, you know, it was a growing moment for me. But I was like, wow, I could not believe that I was really in that position that she had to ask me. And I looked at her and I go, are there other adults that are scared of needles like I am? She's like, oh yeah. I was like, good. That makes me feel better.
Totally. Oh my God. Yeah. No, I feel like that's like a common fear. Spiders, needles, snakes.
Oh yeah.
Top 3.
She goes, good luck to when you try and have a baby. I was like, oh, thank you.
Why do people always say that? And no, literally any kind of fear you have, they're like, oh, you hate throwing up? Good luck having a baby. You hate needles? Good luck having a baby.
Like, I'm sure in that moment, that is such like a fight or flight. Like, if my kid's throwing up, obviously I'm going to help them. And like if I'm having a baby, I know I'm gonna have to get needles like taking my blood all the time. But that is everyone's go-to response. Good luck having a kid. I'm like, all right.
Oh, you got hit by a car? You should try having a kid. Good luck. The thing is, they're probably right.
Oh, they totally are right.
Scared to fucking death.
Listen, ma'am, I'm just trying to get through this appointment. Let me get out of here first, and then I'll think about the aftermath of this.
That's really scary.
Oh my God. But yeah, it was really
God. No, we want to do an episode, y'all, for real. We had this like horrifying dinner conversation like a couple of months ago with Katie, and she was like giving us like the kind of information about childbirth that like you don't hear about like until it happens to you. And me and Jamie, I was like jaw on the floor.
Oh, talk about legs going numb. I could feel my legs. Like,
we'll get to it.
Not well. Oh
We'll
my
do
God. So funny. But yeah, it was good. But yeah, we both had an eventful past week.
We did. Should we do housekeeping and neutral? Okay, y'all, housekeeping things. We forgot to say this up top. This episode comes out on Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
At this point, people will know, do you know what you're dressing up as yet?
No. At this point, we're about 5 days before the Halloween bar crawl, and I don't have a plan. I can go ahead and say this and we'll just like reflect and see if it happened.
Okay.
My Ryan wig that I wore in New Orleans, you know, it was giving Princess Diana.
Yes.
I thought about Princess Diana. Yes. We'll see. That's like my backup. You know, I don't want to like rewear a wig.
That would
we'll
be
see.
good. Like her kind of like athletic looking outfit that everybody tries to recreate.
Right? Either that or like the black, you know, like the revenge dress. I think that would be sexy.
That would be good.
Other housekeeping thing, y'all buy our merch.
Yeah.
We've got the cutest freaking merch ever. It's so cute. We actually barely have any hats left. So if you want a hat, like get on it.
Yeah.
We've got sweatshirts. We've got crew necks. We've got 2 t-shirts. They're so cute, y'all.
I know. Everything is so comfortable too. And let me tell you, like traveling attire, perfect.
Oh my God.
That dip pick sweatshirt I wear all the time on the plane. And the girl next to me was commenting on it yesterday. She's like, oh yeah, I noticed that.
It's shocking. People like do a double take and then it's a perfect conversation starter.
And guys, the holidays are right around the corner. So just get your family some gifts.
Speaking of a great gift, thank you so much to Neutral for supporting the Chicks and Dip podcast.
Thank you so much. Katie.
There's a lot going on behind the camera. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what I've said the last 10 minutes. I have been like not paying a lick of attention.
Again, we are chugging along.
Sorry.
So we've got the lemonade neutrals up here today. We got blackberry lemonade, peach lemonade, strawberry lemonade, and the original lemonade. Perfectly sweet, but not too sweet.
Yep. Thank you so much. Neutral. We love y'all. Jamie summed it up. We're drinking Neutral all season long. We're really excited because it's finally feeling like fall outside, and they have a cranberry pack. They're not on the set today, but they have like 4 different cranberry flavors. It's like a cranberry vodka seltzer. Yeah. Super fall, super crisp, really delicious.
Thank you, Neutral. We love you.
We love you, Neutral. Okay. So we're going to kick off this episode. We're talking about partying. Mm-hmm. We're going to share just some party stories. We get that a lot whenever we crowdsource. We're like, what should we talk about? And people are like, I feel like y'all have some more party stories that y'all aren't sharing. And so we have a lot, but we're going to kind of like go along with this Vegas theme and kind of share some of our Vegas experiences and then go from there.
Yeah. Funny enough, I was telling Lauren, I feel like my more crazy party stories were in Vegas than in college.
How many times did you go to Vegas?
Once for 3 days.
That's amazing.
It was life-changing.
Do you want to kick it off?
Oh, sure.
Go for it.
Okay, so when I went to Vegas, it was in 2019, I think. I had literally just gotten back from studying abroad. So I was like in Rome, Italy for 5 months. Got on the plane to Vegas, and then like 2 days after I was getting back from Vegas, I was going to New York City for the summer.
Good Lord.
And yeah, it was like literally an insane time. And it was me and 2 of my girlfriends, and we were going for my one friend's 21st birthday. So we got like the hotel room. It's us 3 girls. We're like, we're going to Vegas. We're like looking hot, like doing the whole thing, right? Uh-huh. So we were out like partying and everything. Luckily, we did not pay for a lot of things, which was fantastic. Like those promoters are walking around like literally it is their job, but they are walking around scouting out. They're like, oh, do you want to come in here? Whatever.
Yep.
So the first funny story is her parents had gone to like Vegas a bunch of times, and they were just like, you need to pace yourself. Like Vegas is a different animal. We're like, no, we're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We go to a pool party. And we were talking about how expensive Vegas is. Like one drink can be $25.
Unreal.
It's insane. So we walked into the pool party, got ourselves a $25 mixed drink. And then some guy came up to us and he's like, hey, do you guys want to be in Lil Jon's VIP? And we were like, yes, we do. And I was blonde Jamie at the moment. So blonde Jamie was on a different level.
Blonde Jamie's a wild child.
So we are at this pool party. We got so drunk, but we thought we were like the coolest girls in the world, being up in this VIP, looking over everybody in the pool, being like, yeah, like Lil Jon's like DJing or whatever the hell he's doing. I like didn't even recognize him for the first little bit because I was so drunk. I'm like, oh shit, Lil Jon's here.
That's Lil Jon.
I forgot this is his section. That's weird. Made so many like good girlfriends and whatnot. There actually weren't a lot of, I mean, are we shocked? There weren't a lot of guys in there that grabbed like all the girls and brought them in. But so that night, her parents had gotten us tickets to go see like the Michael Jackson Experience show, whatever. And they were like, don't have a crazy day because you need to come to this show. Like they got the tickets, everything. It was this amazing show. We get back to the hotel room and we thought we had set an alarm. Oh, we didn't.
No.
We woke up 30 minutes before the show was ending. When I say I have never gotten changed so fast in my life, we got in the Uber and we were like, you run every red light, you get us there. We're sprinting through the casino in heels, short dresses, everything. We came in during the last number and there was like 2 minutes left, sitting next to her parents.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I just got chills thinking about it. It was the most awkward experience of my life. It was like her parents, I think I was sitting next to her mom, or maybe it was Maddie, then me, then Whitney, and we just sat there. Maddie's crying. I wanted to cry. I was like, oh my God. I just felt horrible because they had like gotten us these tickets, and also I wanted to see this show. I think they're ending with like Man in the Mirror or something crazy. Oh my God. Like everyone was so silent when those lights came up, and Maddie was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do, whatever. They were so cool about it, but they were like, we knew that this was going to happen. Like you guys were going to go too hard, whatever. So we ended up like getting some drinks after, but that was traumatizing.
Oh my God.
Should I tell my other fun Vegas story, or do you want to bounce back and forth?
It doesn't matter. What do you want to do?
Tell one of yours and
Okay.
I'll tell mine next.
So, I don't know where to start. Maybe well, I guess I can start with like the first night that we went there. So the first night we went there, we had like the 5 a.m. flight plus like the time change. So like, again, we're so exhausted, but we're like, we're going to get it together. We're in Vegas night one. So we went over to Fremont Street and we just got excited. You know, we took some shots. We had a bunch of drinks. We ate a huge hot dog. Like, we just had a lot of fun. And at the end of it, there was, you know how they have like the little circles and like all the performers like stand in their circle and, you know, like they try to like whip you or whatever. Like, it's like a bunch of like hot girls out there, you know?
Casual.
Yeah. And it's like all these girls with like their titties out. And then this guy, huge beard, like burly man, and he's dressed as Marilyn Monroe. He's got a lot of hair, and he's got just this little ass Marilyn wig on top of all of his hair. It's so funny, and his Marilyn dress is filthy. I mean, it's like covered in dirt, and he is just getting it. There's a DJ playing live on the street, and he's doing like that kind of like EDM, like, you know, like shuffle kind of dance in this Marilyn outfit. But the thing is, whenever he would like the bass would drop, he would untie like the part that goes around your neck. And I have never seen somebody like helicopter whip their dress around. And he's like, man, he doesn't have any like boobs. He doesn't have fake boobs under nothing.
Oh.
Just man chest underneath this Marilyn outfit, just helicoptering the dress. And everyone is just like kind of in shock. You know, like people weren't like, woo! Everyone was just like, what is your act right now? Like, what is it? And so, of course, we're kind of drunk, and it's me and Cameron and a friend of ours. I went over there and put $6 in his man boobs, and he gave our friend a lap dance. Yep.
No way.
Sweaty and nasty, and he hit like the wheelbarrow, like hands on the ground, and like popped his feet up around our friend's waist, and his dress flew up, and he had just a pillow like belted to himself, and he goes, smack my ass. And so our friend is just like hitting this sweaty ass pillow. It was just like a very disgusting, fun way to start the trip. It was lovely.
I feel like in Vegas, anyone can be an entertainer. Because for real, it's like, what is your talent?
What's your gig?
Helicoptering the dress, I guess, is his talent.
Dubstep helicopter Maryland man. I don't understand.
Wait, I think I did see his little shuffle action on your Instagram story, and it was pretty good.
Okay, he had moves.
Yeah,
like from the ankle down, that was on fire.
Okay, I just respected him. He's got talent.
Yeah, it was really good.
I just respected him. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Marilyn.
Yeah, he was great.
Oh my God. Okay. So, did you end up going to Thunder from Down Under or no?
No, so I wanted to see strippers, and so which I guess I should have like opened this up, but we went there for that when we were young, the emo festival, and so we unfortunately had tickets. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this drama, but we had tickets for Saturday, and they canceled it 30 minutes before the first band went on. And so we're going to be getting a full refund, but we like literally planned this whole trip around that. So like we had a very tame couple of days because we were planning on being at this freaking emo festival for like 16 hours.
Yeah.
And then that didn't happen. So like, I feel like we didn't go as hard because we had a promoter reach out with like a VIP table at a strip club and stuff. And I was like, yes, like I want to see like Vegas strippers. Let's freaking go. But it was like the night before the festival. Right. So like all of our like crazy plans kind of didn't really happen.
Damn.
I know. So we didn't do the Down Under and stuff.
We did the pool party though.
We did do a pool party. Yeah, we ended up going to Encore Beach Club, and that shit was really fun. Everyone was like so hot. I'm like, where are they finding you?
Isn't it wild? And everybody's wearing heels.
Oh my god! All of the waitresses like perfect fake boobs, 12-pack abs, and they're wearing the skinniest, tallest heels I've ever seen. I'm like, wow. I mean, it was amazing. Like I appreciate someone who is so hot like that, and they were just crawling.
So, so speaking of strippers, this story's literally.
This is my favorite story.
And
ever.
I have a visual aid for next week of me sitting on the one guy's lap with all the men. So we go to the Thunder from Down Under show. And for those of you who don't know what the show is, they're like strippers, but they're more dancers. I don't know. And they're all Australian. And I love Australian men. I have no idea why. My like Google Maps guy is an Australian man speaking to me. I love their accent, whatever. So we're like, okay, we're going to go. And I decided to wear like a bright red two-piece outfit that night. So like why I didn't think I'd stick out like a sore thumb, I'm not quite sure. And again, blonde hair at that moment. So just fake tan. Everything. So we're
You
like
wanna be
watching
Australian,
the show,
man.
whatever. And there was a segment where they would grab people from the audience.
A segment. This is a live television show. This is Good Morning America.
What would you call it? A number? A dance number?
You're calling them dancers, so I feel like number is appropriate.
So there's just like, they turn on the lights, whatever, they do their whole shebang. And they're like ripping their pants off, like doing the whole thing. And all of a sudden the lights come up and there's just a mattress on stage by itself. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to be a number here. Okay. The guy comes off stage, grabs me out of anyone in the audience. And we joke about this. I do not talk about myself being sexual. I get super uncomfortable with this. So I get picked, propped up, and I am straddling this man, getting walked on the stage in front of like 100 people. And I was just like, okay, yep, here we go. I get laid down on this mattress. Oh my God. I was like, ah! Like,
What were you doing with your hands?
oh, I don't even remember. I think I blacked out. I just literally was like laying on this mattress. And this man's like doing the whole like magic Mike move where they like slowly come down. What is that move?
The dolphin dive. The dolphin dive.
Doing that whole thing, getting like real up close and personal. And I was just like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, what is your name? I don't know who you are. And just like, it was, oh my God, I'm getting like so
That's
hot
amazing.
because it was literally like, it was so hot, but I was also like, what am I supposed to do right now?
I have so many questions. Like, does he say anything to you?
No.
Like, he's not like, here's what's about to happen?
Nope. Literally, there is no warning. I think the only thing he said to me was like flip over at one point.
Oh my God.
Actually, I don't even think I had a choice to flip over. I'm pretty sure my body was just thrown and I was flipped over. But of course, my
guys.
friends were in the audience like, yeah, like screaming. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I just did not know what to do. And then I just get like picked back up and brought back to my seat and just like placed down. Like, oh, thank you, kind sir.
Delivered right back. That was a...
Right back. It was insane. That was one of the two events. Then another time, everybody comes down and is like dancing, whatever, doing their thing. This one man starts dancing with me and bends me over a table and starts dancing on me. And I was like, ah, again, screaming because I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. Like, why am I getting targeted? What is happening?
Oh my God.
It was literally insane. It was so much fun, but so crazy at the same time because you always watch the people on stage and you're like, haha, that's so funny. And then when it's you, you're like, oh, I literally blacked out. It's just like, I don't know what's happening right now, but I am the person in this in this scene. So at the end, my friends were like, you need to go get a picture with them. And I got a picture, and I remember walking up, and it's like all like 10 of the guys. And I was like, okay, where do I sit? And the one guy's like, right here. That's his lap. So then literally at one point in the picture, one of the guys is staring at my butt. Like the other one's just looking at me. Oh, yeah. So we'll use that as a visual aid.
Visual aid.
But it was oh my God, like I'm literally so like sweating thinking about this because it was so much fun, but so insane. And I will never forget that for the rest of my life.
That's amazing.
Like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was so much fun. So if you ever go to Vegas, go to the Thunder from Down Under show.
I know.
But it was insane. Oh, yep.
Here's the picture. Oh my God. Jamie's straddling this man, looking over her shoulder like,
I got you.
I love it.
Oh my God. Like living my best life with all my Australian men.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So funny.
That outfit's fabulous.
Thank you.
I love it. Wow. I would have died like just a spotlit mattress. You're like, oh my God, this poor girl. And then it's you. Shit.
Like, can't bring up the like 70-year-old woman who's there for a good time in the crowd. Like
he wanted you, Jamie. Oh, he wanted you. Oh.
Yeah, he got me up there. Don't worry.
I love it. Oh my God. I don't really, honestly, like I have so many party stories, but like really this Vegas trip was not like as crazy. I think that everybody thinks like I like died. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a hangover actually like a single day. Again, because we were like prepping for the festival. So like really it was just like fine, you know, it was fun. I had a great time. But
honestly, you got to see so many things. Like you went to the Hoover Dam and like, all the different things. I didn't get to do those things.
Yeah, that's what, I don't know.
So it's another trip.
I know. We need to take like a girls trip or something.
We do. We were saying a podcast trip.
A podcast trip to Vegas. Oh my God. I need to like replenish my freaking bank account. I can't go for 2 years.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's insane. That's a one thing, guys. If you go with a group of girls, just find every promoter you can and get free drinks.
Yeah.
It really is crazy. I mean, guys will drop like thousands of dollars on those tables and just invite every girl in.
Okay, well, I was wondering, whenever we're at the pool party, I was like, what do all these people do for a living? Because every single like VIP area was being used. It was booked.
Yeah.
And like the ones with like the little private mini pools, I'm like, how much do those cost? They're telling me that it's like thousands and thousands of dollars. And I'm like, what do you do for a living? Are you splitting it? Like,
they've got to be.
Right? They've got to be like going in with their bros. But even if I split that like 4 ways, I'd be like, hold up, can we do like a payment plan?
Hold up, do you take PayPal?
Really? I can't do this.
What's the other one? Like Klarna or something? Or what is it called? Klarna, Afterpay. And then there's some other one. Oh shit, I don't know. We were talking about this. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Whatever one Anthropology uses. That's my best friend. Okay. Should we just get into college stories now? Do you have any more Vegas?
Being there for 3 days, it literally changed my life. So those are the only days or the only stories that I have at this moment, I think.
Man, see, I feel like I didn't do it right.
We'll go. We'll take our own trip.
We'll go back. Okay. Now, this is where I do shine. In college, I was such a crazy bitch. So I've got like 25 stories for you guys that are a lot crazier than my Vegas trip. I've matured so much. I guess we can start with... Should we start with the New Orleans one? Just kick it off with a bang.
Oh my God. For a second, I thought you meant our New Orleans trip. I'm like, Lauren, we did an entire episode about our trip. Is there something that I missed?
Nope. Yeah, you know the one. Okay. So this is one of those stories that like, you know, whenever something happens to you, you feel like your life is over.
Yes.
And then like time goes on and you realize that's the funniest shit ever. That's this story for me. Whenever it happened, I literally... like could not even talk about it or think about it without like full body cringing. So I went to New Orleans for a frat formal. I was I think I was a sophomore. Maybe I was a freshman. I don't know. But I went with a date and long story short, the date ended up leaving me. He was going to like do coke with his like frat bros and like, yeah, like I wasn't really into coke. So I was like, yeah, sweet boy. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to let you go do that. And I'm going to like hang out here. I'm not really interested in that. Long story short, I got really drunk with someone who wasn't my date. And we were at this bar on Bourbon Street and we ended up hooking up in the bathroom and it was like a 2-stall bathroom. It wasn't like a private. Yep. And no, it gets worse. Not only obviously we got escorted out. I mean, security came in there and was like, what the? No, you know, like we got escorted out of the property, but someone got a picture of like our feet. Look, thank God I didn't have on like extremely recognizable shoes. I had on just kind of basic shoes, but the guy had on like Mississippi State garments, okay? So, of course, someone submits it to freaking Old Row on Instagram. People have a heyday because they're like, look at these Mississippi State fans getting it on in a New Orleans bathroom. I was like, oh my God. But I'm like, no one knows it's me, right? It's like my ankles. Everyone knew it was me. Of course, as soon as it hits Instagram, I'm getting tagged like 10,000 comments. Is this you at Lauren Wolverton? I was like, nope. I've never been to New Orleans. What? Nope. Wait. So I didn't talk about that for years. I didn't talk about this incident. And then like, I just feel like I woke up one day and I was like, I could have been doing coke with my other date. You know what I mean? Like it could have been worse. Like it really wasn't that big of a deal. And now I think it's kind of funny.
That is so funny. I did not even realize that was a story you were telling until like you got to a certain point. And I was like, oh, she's doing it. She's telling the story.
Yep. My mom's not going to like that story. They're just really not going to like that story. But whatever. You know what? I mean, here's the we weren't full on. We weren't hooking up. We were like sexy making out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like full on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like...
No, I mean, we were in the bathroom for like 5 seconds before anybody busted in there. No, like it wasn't like peen action. Like there wasn't any kind of, it wasn't the full-blown hanky-panky.
The peen.
Yeah.
The peen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Like whenever you're drunk, you just... Whatever. I was just... Whatever.
I'm dead.
Again, Mom, I could have been the one doing coke. I didn't do that.
And
I didn't do that.
Do the hanky panky.
I didn't full on do the hanky panky.
So it's not as bad as
that's what I'm saying. Was there intent? Maybe.
If the circumstances had been different, maybe the outcome would have been different.
If I had a little more time.
Okay, we need to cut ourselves off before this gets a little worse. Oh my God, your mom's going to call us this week.
I'm cracking myself up.
That is so
Listen,
funny.
Again, this is all in the past, okay? You live and you learn. You hook up and you learn.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Damn. Okay, that just reminded me. I have a very embarrassing formal story as well.
Tell it.
That should have gone better. I was talking to this one kid. Actually, I've talked about this before on the podcast, but more of a sad way, but it's kind of freaking funny at the same time. I was talking to this one kid. And he was like, oh, I don't want to date, whatever. So he brings a different girl to the formal. Mm-hmm. I proceeded to get so hammered that I was dancing around that dance floor at this fraternity like it was my job. And we had like elevated surfaces. Did you have those at school?
Like we weren't allowed to stand on tables and stuff. Another reason I quit my sorority. That is stupid.
Oh no. Oh my God. So you can wear like a pin saying what sorority you were in at school, but you couldn't dance on a table? Oh my God. They had freaking tables left and right all around the like dance floor in a frat.
Oh, so this was encouraged. Like elevated
encouraged. It was called elevated surface. Yeah, we're like, oh, you're gonna go get elevated. You're gonna dance on the thing. Oh yeah, because you felt like the bad bitch that's up on it dancing. Everybody can see
what?
You. Oh my God. Like just, you know me, I love dancing, and especially if I'm drunk, I just really don't know what happens. So like all up on the elevated surface, whatever. My date sent me home in an Uber by myself.
No!
Oh, yes. At least I think that's what happened. I don't particularly...
That's what we're told.
But I think that's what happened. But I just remember being half naked on my kitchen floor trying to FaceTime my mother.
No!
I could not find my phone. I could only find my laptop. And I'm pretty sure that it was up on the counter and I was on the floor just like this.
No! Oh my God!
But it was kind of like, it was so funny, and I just like have found videos from that night, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to know what was happening.
We don't want to see it.
Nope.
Isn't that funny? I feel like I went through a phase where I was FaceTiming my mom every time I was blackout. Like, I don't really know why.
Yeah.
And I think my mom kind of liked it.
Yeah. Probably knowing you were safe.
Yeah. She would call me and be like, do you remember talking to me last night? I'm like, yeah. No.
Of course. But it's like now you just get drunk with your mom.
Right. See, that's the beautiful thing. Like I needed like 4 years to act a fool, Yeah, and now I'm a sometimes mature adult and me and my mom have fun.
Fool.
Yes. I don't do nearly the same stupid shit that I used to. Speaking of something really stupid, actually, this was not my fault.
They're going to make a different comment. And I was like, oh, never mind.
What?
I thought you were going to be like, I don't act a fool anymore. And then I was going to be like,
Oh.
Do we though? And then I thought you were going to be like, oh, but I do. And then you went to your next story and I was like, wow, I feel like an ass. Because I was just like, you still act a fool.
I do act fool sometimes. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, another crazy thing. So I told you, and we'll probably talk about like drugs at some point, like on a more serious note. But I like freshman year, I was just hanging out with people that I thought were gonna like evolve into my new friends, you know what I mean? And then I realized they were people that like couldn't have given less of a shit about like my best interest, you know?
Yeah.
You have to find your friends. So
quality over quantity.
exactly. It takes time. So me and my roommate had gone down to Hangout Fest, the music festival in Orange Beach. And this is the kind of stupid shit I used to do. We didn't book anywhere to stay. Like we didn't have a hotel, but we bought these festival tickets like 6 months out. And we were just like, we'll just get down there and figure it out. So like the whole ride down there, like at gas stations, we're like, are you guys going to Hangout Fest? Where y'all staying? Like, you got a couch. I mean, literally that was our plan, and it worked. So we ended up connecting on the first day of the festival with like a group of people. Said people from earlier, the shady folks that like I would party with or whatever. I knew that they were definitely into drugs, and like I was not. But I was like, oh well, like maybe like
That'll be nice.
maybe people just do drugs when they're grown-ups, and like you just like have to like hang out, like you're trying to figure it out. So I'm not sure about these people anyway. Well, we spend the night with them night one. It's fine. The weird thing about this was, though, everybody was like under 21, and some guy's uncle was there. His name was Mojo. At least that's what he told me his name was. And he was like the chaperone. Like he rented this like condo. And looking back, that was a weird thing too. Staying with some uncle named Mojo, red flag.
Probably.
But long story short, we go to the beach second day with these shady folks, and it's like 11 in the morning, and one of them has on a Camelback, and I'm like, let me get some of that water. I start chugging the water, and he's like, slow down. And I was like, I will fill it back up. It's fine. He's like, we put some ecstasy in there this morning. I was like, fuck, what? And so again, I'm not into like drugs, I had not done coke. I was not doing like Molly and stuff at these festivals. Definitely didn't have ecstasy on my bingo card. And then it's just in my system, and I was like, wow. I don't know what to do. I don't really remember it really at all. I was like on somebody's shoulders at some point. I don't really know. But all I know is that I was so thirsty, and I've since learned this. I guess ecstasy like dehydrates you. Is that right? Do you know? Okay, yeah, everyone is saying yes. Everyone is more educated than me.
Learning things in our 20s.
It dehydrates you, and so I got an Uber home because I was like laid out in the sand, and I was like, I need water. Like I guess like an hour or so in, I was freaking out, and so I got an Uber, and I literally didn't go back to the festival like for day 2 and day 3 because I was so freaked out. I was like, I just got drugged by people who I thought were my friends.
Oh my God! Wait, that took a completely different turn.
Fucked up.
Just casually, there was ecstasy in the water.
Yes, and that was like a major, we'll like get into. Well, actually, this is on topic with the partying. So, I got home from that trip, and I had like fallen asleep with my phone up, and of course, I wasn't going to tell my parents about that. Like, no. And my mom snooped my phone and found out that had happened to me. Yep. Yes. And then she called Brooks, and Brooks like said, yeah, she told me about that. So I got in a ton of trouble. And then we had to talk about, like my partying habits. Again, the first story I told in New Orleans, that was in that weird partying phase of my life whenever I was just like going off the rails. And my parents dead ass wrote a contract that I had to sign. Yep. It was a legal document that was printed out bullet points of things that I agree not to do. And it was like, do not go to frat houses. Do not drink in excess. Do not do ecstasy. Do not blah, blah, blah. And at the very end, do not get in a tanning bed was on there.
Really?
They just added that one on. I was like, wow, I'm not getting in tanning beds. I was like, okay, like, yeah, for sure. I won't do coke, and I guess I won't get in a tanning bed either. So I had to sign, right. So I had to sign this party contract, and then I got like back up to school the next semester, and I like had a chat with all my friends. I was like, hey you guys, I'm not really sure. I have never signed a legal document, but I don't think I can go out tonight.
I think I actually have to stay in.
And like at the time it was horrible. And like, I think my parents really thought that I was like going down a bad path. But like looking back now, that's not in me. You know what I mean?
No.
Like I was never going to become the people that I was hanging out with. I just like was exploring all the different types of partiers that were suddenly around me. And I needed to learn the hard way. Thank God I didn't learn in a more dramatic, serious, life-threatening way.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to learn. Not everyone has your best interest in mind.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The first time, like, I am not into like, and I like having control over my body. So, you know, I like haven't touched anything because I'm like, I'm so
Yeah.
scared. But the first time I ever saw Coke in college, I hysterically started crying.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. I was at a party and we're just like all hanging out, whatever. Like everybody's dancing around a group. And I'm just like seeing people pass something around. It was a key. And I was like, hey, what are they doing? They're like, oh, they're doing Coke. What is it called? A bump or something?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know. I'm just like, oh, what are they doing? They're like, oh, we're doing some Coke. You want some? And I was like, no, get away from me. No. Started hysterically crying and ran out.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah. Like I that was so dramatic. Did that need to happen? No. But like I was just so like, oh my God, I'm so scared. And then you realize like it's not as big of a deal as you think. You just don't need to take part. You know?
Right. Well, that's what, like, I think the first time I saw Coke was actually also on the hangout trip, but it turned out to be Ritalin, which that's like very similar to Coke, right? It's not quite cocaine, but it's really similar, I think. Yeah. But the first time I saw it, like people were doing it off of like a dinner plate, and I walked in the bathroom and saw it, and it's jarring. The first time you see like real drugs, you're like, like, I don't know what to do here. Especially, I mean, you know, I'm sure there are people who are exposed to it like at a much younger age, but like I was like full on 19 years old before I saw like real drugs. And it freaks me out. But exactly what you just said, like you start to notice like nightlife in general, like people are doing all kinds of shit all around you. If you just pay attention, it's scary.
Yeah. I've only ever seen weed or Coke. I think I've only seen Coke that one time or like maybe another time, but like I don't really like freak out as much. I just know I'm not going to do it. So I'm like, okay, I mean, like, it's not going to bother me, you know, but like, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah. It definitely, the first time you see it is very like, even still now, like, I think I actually did see it recently and I was just like, oh, okay. And they're like, oh, I'm really sorry. And they're like, apologize. I'm like, you don't have to apologize. Like, if you, I don't think you should do it, but you're also an adult. So I'm not going to tell you otherwise. Yeah. But like,
you do you. Like, let me know if you need help. Are you okay?
Keep an eye on you.
No, I briefly dated a guy. Dated is loose. I briefly hung out with a guy who was full on addicted to Xanax, and that shit was actually scary. That was, again, all these crazy stories I'm telling are within like the first like year of college. For me, it was just like a wild time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would like literally wake up and like take Xanax and then like a couple hours later, just like take them all day long. And he was like a fucking zombie. He had great hair. And I think that's the only thing I liked about him. Cause like he wouldn't even talk, you know, like he would just sit there like barred out on his couch all day long. And I was like, I hate this. It was really weird.
Wow.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. I don't have a lot of drug experience, but the little bit that I have, I was like, I'm all right. I'm really okay.
Oh yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh, you know me. I'm like, I got nothing to contribute.
No.
I got no crazy things like that. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Okay. Do you have another one or do you want me to go?
The one funny one funny thing about college was frackets. You didn't have frackets.
I don't know what a fracket means.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's called a frat jacket. And because it gets so cold in Pennsylvania and you'd be waiting in line to get into the frats, you would wear the shittiest sweatshirt that you have, jean jacket, anything, with some of like the bougie girls are wearing like crazy ass shit, right? So you'd go into the frat and your main mission was to hide it anywhere possible so no one would find your fracket, because then you would have something to wear home at the end of the night. Oh yeah. And this was a whole game. If you found someone else's fracket, you took it.
What?
You didn't care if it was yours or not. You took it. You took whatever you had. So in college, I probably had, I kid you not, like 5 to 10 sweatshirts that were not mine.
Oh, you know the way I am with clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Someone takes my fracket, I'll kill you.
And that's what I mean. Like those like Penn State sweatshirts that we'd like crop and stuff. Like we'd bring those or whatever. But some girls would bring nice stuff out and like...
It just gets taken. That's insane. Like, are you like going into like these guys' rooms and like shoving it in their bathroom? like under their
Anywhere,
mattress.
their bathroom, like random places in the basement or something.
Oh
Yeah, anywhere that you could find this. If you had like a guy friend in the house, or like if you were dating someone, then you could just put it in their room. But it was not off limits. I'll tell you, girls were still frolicking around those frat houses looking for a fracket.
Heck no. I would be putting mine like on a hanger, you know, like discreetly in between all their polos or something.
Yeah, well, my psycho self would usually just not wear any sort of jacket. It's weird.
Oh my God.
Yeah, talk about cold things. I like would never wear a jacket growing up. I always got yelled at by my neighbors because I'd be running around the neighborhood in mid snowfall with just no jacket on.
Couldn't be me.
No.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. A fracket. Wow. Okay. Tampa. My notes literally just say Tampa and then in all caps, Jesus. So we went to Tampa. Mississippi State was in a bowl game. I think it was my senior year. And it was on New Year's Day. So on New Year's Eve, the night before, of course, we went out. And we got so lit. We were doing like back-to-back Irish car bombs. I don't know where that came from. And we had met up with another group of like Mississippi State college folks that were there. Annalise and Brooks and my other friend Heath, like we're all doing karaoke. I'm in the crowd watching them karaoke, making out with this guy, and Annalise is holding my hand. I literally am holding her hand while I'm making out with this guy.
Oh, you!
I'm making out with the guy holding Annalise's hand, and like my other friends are on the stage karaokeing. It was so funny. I woke up the next day and I was like, did I like dream that I was holding her hand while I was making out with someone? She's like, yeah, that happened. Huh. And we were like, why?
Oh my God.
Silly. I don't know.
Silly. Weird. The things that people were so ballsy about doing in college. I actually had a Snapchat memory come up the other day as I'm waiting for my food at like a little Sheetz or something downtown Pennsylvania. Guy and a girl in the corner, full on making out. Like he is just full hand of butt. Like just making out with each other. And I think the caption, I was like, oh, this is so romantic.
So romantic.
I'm just like, oh God. Like you just, in college, anything goes.
There's no rules. You're not embarrassed. Literally in front of everyone. If you told me, even Cameron is my boyfriend. If you said, I want you two to just make out in the middle of a karaoke bar, I might do it, but I would think twice. You know, I definitely wouldn't be holding your hand while it happened.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
It was bad. I'm trying to think. God, all of these involved like my same group of friends. It's making me like miss them. Oh my God. One time I woke up with like the biggest pit because I lost my entire purse. Not like left my credit card at the bar or something. My entire purse was gone. It had my house keys, my car keys, my ID, my debit card. Literally my life was in that bag. And I could not remember. I was like calling all the bars that we had gone to the night before. And then my friend Max, he was like, yeah, I held it for you while you were in the bathroom and I just took it home. He's like, I woke up and it was in my room. And I was like, did you wear it all night? And I guess he had literally crossbodied that bitch and gone all the way home with it.
Oh my God. You're like, where did this go?
Yeah. But you know me, I'm like the queen of losing stuff. Like the phones. Oh God, I have so many phone stories. And actually in Vegas, I left my phone on a slot machine and walked all the way to the bathroom and then was like, oh shit, I think I just left my phone. It was still there. Miracle.
Oh my God, Lauren.
I know. I just leave my stuff.
Phone.
It's so bad.
You telling that just reminded me of something that my friends and I did when after like COVID kind of hit. We went back to school for a second just to like pack up our things. So we decided to get some drinks and go sit on Old Main, which is like this big lawn and there's like the building with like the clock tower or whatever. So after a few drinks, we decided that each of us were going to have a dance number walking down the stairs of the building. Like literally just a bunch of stairs. Like for those of you that have been to Penn State, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just probably like 20 steps, massive set of stairs. So we each got to pick our own song and just danced, did a choreographed dance coming all the way down the stairs. Why we decided to do that, I have no idea. But we started a trend because then there were other people on the lawn and they started doing it.
Oh, that's amazing.
They started doing it and security comes.
No! You're like, suckers.
And I was like, oh, awkward. We started this and now they're getting in trouble. And we just walked away. We're like, bye. We didn't do this. My bad.
That's amazing.
But like why we decided to do that, I have no idea. I think we were just going crazy from being locked in our homes. We're like, you know what? Let's strut down the stairs of Old Main.
I love that.
It was honestly hysterical.
Oh my God. We, so I was out of I don't have any COVID stories. I was already graduated. Praise God. But whenever we lived in the dorms, I think that I had mentioned like whenever we got written up for having alcohol in the room. So there were 2 instances that the RAs came and busted us. One of them, we were in a guy's room. He was having like a dorm party. And so like me and a couple of my girlfriends were in there and the RA came and knocked on the door. This is like an all boys dorm. Not a single girl even lives in the building. The RA comes in and he's like, what's going on? Are y'all checked in? Who are you? And me and my friend were like, we're his roommates.
We live here. Why are you asking?
We're like thinking like we fooled him. And then I did basically the exact same thing in my own dorm. I was having a party and we were all like drinking and there was like, just like bottles everywhere. And my RA came in and she's like, what's in all of these bottles? Like knowing damn well we're all drunk. You can smell it. It's like a box, that we're living in. And I go, it's just sweet tea.
Oh my God. You with the sweet tea.
I mean, like, that's like the funny thing about like whenever you're like learning how to like drink and party, like you just, you think you're slick.
Well, can we talk about the RAs for a second?
Yeah.
Like if you did not have a cool RA, that sucked.
They're the worst.
Like why are you voluntarily being a student that just wants to ruin the night? At least come in, like maybe give a little warning. Be like, hey, I know what's going down in here. Nobody else needs to know. Just turn the music down and go on your way. Nope, these RAs coming in writing citations or whatever the hell for people. I'm like, come on, relax.
It's a power trip and they're snitches, okay? Like, I agree. I think that a cool RA is someone who wants to make sure you don't hurt yourself. Like, let's like have a little fun. Welcome to college. Like, don't die though. That's a cool RA.
Right.
Someone who's like, don't have any fun because I'm not any fun. Lame.
Oh my God.
Another thing, of course I love to host. So we had like basically, I don't want to say every weekend, but pretty much every weekend during football season, we would host these brunches and we would tell people to bring 2 bottles of champagne each.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Insane. And we're like, no, that's way too much. And then somehow they would all be gone by the time the football game started. Like we'd drag them out to the tailgates and stuff. It was so fun. But we played that game Piccolo.
Yes. Yeah.
I think Piccolo,
yeah.
Whatever it's called. On your phone where it's like, take a drink or do a split.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, can I do both? Like,
can I take a drink while sliding into a split?
Bet you I won't. That game was so fun. And we used to play it at home and then we'd take it to the bar in like the bar version. Have you ever done that?
No.
It like involves like, there's like the sexy version and like the like outside version, not outside, but like at a bar version. And it's like having you like talk to strangers and stuff. That shit was so fun. And we'd always be like, oh, let's do the spicy version. And it'd be like, take a drink or take off your pants. And we were like, never mind. Let's not do that.
Just kidding. That's not appropriate to do here. Or take off your pants.
What?
Oh my God. We need to go to Mississippi State and play that game.
Piccolo was fun. And the other game that we would always host, so if y'all don't watch New Girl, number one, you should, but they play that True American game on there. So I looked up like how to play True American and I learned how to do it. And it is so complicated that we had to actually take poster boards and write the rules out and we would hang them on the walls in our apartment every time we hosted True American because the whole game takes like 3 hours. I mean, it's like an ordeal. But we would put these like game rules up and then everyone would come over and the furniture would get destroyed because that whole game, the floor is lava and you have to walk on the furniture. And so we would, we knew it was going to get nasty. We were going to have to vacuum everything, like whatever. But the last night that we lived in our apartment senior year, we hosted True American and we were like, we're throwing all this furniture away. Y'all fuck it up, like destroy it. It was so fun. We had people like leaping from the couch to the thing. Like literally all the stuffing is coming out of like the pillows and stuff. And we didn't care. We're going to throw it on the trash anyway. We're like, let's go out with a freaking bang. And we woke up the next day and I was like, wow. Like just everyone grab a trash bag, just throw it all away. It was so fun.
Oh my God.
It was the
It's
best.
so funny. Like your college experience with mine, like when it comes to partying, like I can't think of like legit parties that we were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that I could, like, before when we'd go to, like, the frat houses and stuff. But honestly, like, Penn State partying got really toned down my freshman year because, like, some things happened.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a bummer.
So like that really
That's really
changed
sad.
the game for us, because then we'd either be like piling in someone's apartment or whatever.
Yeah.
So like for me, it was more so when we could go to the bars and just like being at the bars and having fun with all of your friends.
Yeah.
But I love these like themed parties that
my
you guys
God.
did. It was so fun.
My visual aid for this week, I have a visual aid from my 22nd birthday party. It was Winter Wonderland themed. And I've always said that whenever I throw a party, like in my head, it's one thing, and my budget is about $45. So I like do my best, especially in college. It was bad. And so I was like, I want it to snow in this apartment. Okay, that's a lot of money. So I ordered those giant bags of like the decorative like foam kind of snow, and I just put it all over the floor in the apartment. And then I would host like 25 people in the freaking apartment. People would be upstairs, downstairs, and then we'd like pregame, you know, and everybody's dressed up and stuff, and then we'd go out, and then we'd come home. And it would just be like a disaster zone. I have this video, and literally the caption is just like, no, 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 no. Because I came home to that snow party, and just the snow had turned brown. It was all over the floor. It was hanging from the ceiling. I was like, holy, this is my apartment. And like literally every Sunday we'd be like deep cleaning all day.
I feel like that was such a routine in college, just like every Sunday.
The worst.
Now I'm like, I don't want anyone in my apartment.
I know.
Partying. Gross.
I love to host, but like, oh my God. Actually, no. I'm about to say like, oh my God, I would never like decorate like that. I would. I 100% would. I'd put snow everywhere.
I feel like now as like grown adults, we wouldn't make it as crazy.
We wouldn't trash the place. I hope. I hope. On occasion, maybe.
This is wild.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could go on and on and on, but like, I feel like I'm going to wrap it up. I've got more stories. This episode is like taking a turn. I thought you'd have more stories.
I know. No, honestly, like most of mine, like I was saying, were like in Vegas and stuff. Because I mean, we just would always go partying at bars and stuff and just get like super lit there.
Yeah.
But I can't think of like anything like super crazy that would always happen.
Man.
And like I said, things changed at Penn State. Like
Yeah.
during half my freshman year, like first half of my freshman year, it was insane. Like Fratland was just packed. Like people, the elevated surfaces was like the biggest thing. If you could get on one during a frat party, it was like, you were cool.
So funny. We kind of stopped doing the frats. I feel like my sophomore year I was dating someone who was in a frat, and so like we would go to their house and stuff, but like he was older than me, so he wasn't living in the house anymore. So I really feel like freshman year was like my only true like frat experience. And they were lit, you know, like they would always oh God, one of the houses would always have the, what do they call it? Ski something.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like a snow like themed party type.
Yes, they would do that. And oh my God, I was actually talking to my old roommate about like this episode, and she was like, do you remember that freaking ski party? She swears there was something in the snow. She's like, I was freaking out, felt like I couldn't breathe. I'm like, I think it was just like Dawn dish soap. Like I think it was just sticky.
Oh yeah, probably. Oh my God, the
so
themes
funny.
that like frats would do and stuff.
Really
I know, like
fun.
one time there was like a neon night or whatever, but we do those snow parties and it would legit be snowing.
Oh, see, that's so fun. We had freaking dish soap.
Or like shots around the world and stuff like that. I really
That's
appreciated
cute.
how like the guys would go in and really decorate and everything. But for us, like you could not go into the bar until you were 21.
Damn.
Yeah. Like super strict.
The main bars, the cool bars, they were very strict also. But there was one place, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it got shut down quickly. But our freshman year was the only place that you could drink underage. And I remember the owner would be bartending, and he would be like selling cigarettes out of the window, like. So like he was just like on another level. But he would host nickel night, and you could get beer for a nickel.
Wow.
I swear, yeah. Yep.
Damn, I wonder how he came up with that.
I don't know. I mean, poor business planning. He's like selling cigs on the side and giving out beer essentially. So that place got shut down by ABC like quick.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So funny.
I know. And then there was one bar that you could go to. You had to like get an Uber. It was like the one out of town, and it was in the middle of a neighborhood. Like it was a neighborhood with a golf course, and then there was this bar, and it was called Cowbells, and it was like a Sigs Inside bar. And every time I went there, I woke up with the like worst headache of my life. I was like, I'm never gonna go to the Sigs Inside bar again. Horrible.
Cowbells got me again. Ugh. Oh God.
Bad.
Too much. Oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna get like a headache talking from how hungover you get from all these like different things.
I know. But the thing is, I didn't get hungover. I really didn't.
Oh.
I think that's the thing. Like now I think my maturity has settled in, and so have the hangovers. You know, like I was so immature that I didn't even get a hangover in college. And I remember the first real hangover I had, I got Zaxby's and I got, ew, this is so gross. I got the 3-piece and I got them tossed in buffalo and I was like ready to eat. I was chowing down. I got halfway through and then I was like, what is this feeling? Like I've never had this before. I feel like I'm spinning and my head is pounding and I fucking threw up everywhere in my bathroom and I was like, it's like neon nuclear Zaxby's orange.
Never again.
Horrible.
God, I get hangovers, but I could like deal with them. I swear now I have like one glass of wine and I feel horrible the next day.
No.
Like I give up.
That's like the only hangover I like really remember having until I like became a senior. And then it like hit me like a ton of bricks and I became an adult and I'm like, whoa.
Can't even look at alcohol without getting a hangover.
Bad.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
Too much.
Well, look, we can wrap it up. We want to hear your party stories. And you know what? I feel like there's like 100 more. So send me a message if we've gone out together.
Send us a message if you've seen Lauren's photo on Old Row.
No, do not. Do not.
Do you have that photo?
No, well, I've lost like 6 phones since then.
That's true.
So no, and I don't even know. I mean, you'd have to scroll. I think Old Row posts like 5 times a day.
I think we need to scroll.
You'd have to scroll down to 2015. Honestly, if someone can find it,
that would be a wild visual aid for next week.
That would be hilarious. And you know what? Maybe I get some new listeners. The fake friends I used to hang out with freshman year, maybe they'd all start listening to the show.
Hey, there you go. Not the people that gave her ecstasy and water, though. You don't be listening.
No, literally leave me alone forever. Oh my God. And I remember one of the guys, the guy actually who had the Camelback, guess what his name in my phone was?
What? Ecstasy?
Dad bod. No, the people on this trip, we had Mojo, we had Dad bod. There was another guy on the trip and his name in my phone was Kingpin.
What?
No, I swear to God, like these people I was hanging out with, Jamie, I didn't even know their first and last names. Like I would just like go out and see them and then like we'd like get, you know, like drunk together and then me and my friends would wake up and be like, why did I text some guy named Dad bod? And then like a week later I was at Hangout Fest with this Dad bod.
Oh my God.
It was out of control. And like, honestly, I joke about my parents intervening. Thank God they did. I knew that like I was never going to go down that path, but I'm glad that they intervened before I got to hang out in that weird spot for too long. You know what I mean?
I always say your parents know.
They know. They knew Dad bod was a bad egg.
And Kingpin, apparently.
Kingpin, real bad egg. Woof.
Oh my God, guys.
All right, you guys.
Too much. Well, we hope you enjoyed our crazy Vegas college stories, all the things. But yeah, like Lauren said, we'd love to hear yours.
Yeah, well, give us your crazy party stories. I bet ours are like mild compared to y'all's.
Oh yeah, definitely mine.
You guys are crazy.
For sure.
Anyway, all right, you guys. New episodes come out every single Monday, bright and early. You can watch us as a web show on YouTube or audio only on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you can find a podcast.
Yeah, and you can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Oh my God, I'm like, what's that other one? Instagram. That's right. At Chicks and Dip Pod. You can follow our personal accounts. Mine is Jamie Burton, but with 2 A's.
Mine is Lauren_Wolverton.
Yay.
Wait. Oh my God. I cannot believe that I didn't tell you this. Okay. The night that the festival in Vegas, the night that the festival got canceled, we like went out to a show. And so afterwards I was so tired and I was like, you know, we had like been out. So I was like a little tipsy and we were waiting for our Uber at this bar and this dude was like live. I have no idea what platform it was. I think maybe it was YouTube. Can you do a YouTube live?
I think you can, right?
I don't know. He had like a tripod up and his phone was like landscape and he just tapped my shoulder and he's like, come here. He's screaming in this like bar and restaurant to the point where the people at the tables are like, what is he doing? He's like, what's your name? And I see the comments coming in and it's like, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. And I was like, am I getting trafficked? I was like, what is going on? And I'm just live. It's just my face. And he's like, what's your name? And I was like, Lauren. And Cameron is like, stop talking. And he's like, where are you from? And I was like, I have a podcast. I literally plugged the podcast and I've been trying to look and I can't see if we got new followers because that freaking video is still going viral.
Oh,
I'm like,
my God, that is so funny.
Yeah, I cannot believe I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, and it was just like, I have no idea what it was, what platform it might have been. I have no clue.
Oh my God. Also, the way you just said... come here, honestly. I need that on a wall. Come here. Like, that was insane.
He was aggressive. And at one point, he was like, Lauren. Like, I had left and gone back over to like where I was sitting. He's like, Lauren, do you think I'm being too loud? The people are telling me I'm too loud. And I was like, has someone told you? Like, someone who works here? Have they asked you to be quiet? He's like, no, and just moved on with the live. And I was like,
oh, I guess we're okay.
So if you're here because you saw that video, send me the video. I have no idea where it is. I'm sure my eyes are like fucking closed. I don't know.
Wait, I would love to see that video.
I have a podcast.
Oh my God, knowing you, you'd be like, I'm Lauren Wolverton. This is my address.
Yeah, here's my social security. Take it.
I live in Savannah. Well, everybody knows now.
I'm sure I did say I'm sure. I don't.
My mom actually said that when I was home this past. Oh my God! And then we'll wrap it up. But my mom actually said that when I was home this past week, and she's like, "You're always telling people you live by yourself on the podcast. You got to stop telling people that." I was like, "Mom, nobody knows where I live." She's like, "You're gonna host one of these events, and somebody's gonna follow you home." I was like, "Well, trust me, I'm gonna know if somebody's following me down the alley that I live in.
Totally.
I'll be aware."
Yeah. Good luck. Oh my God.
Okay, guys.
It'll
Oh
be
my
fine.
God.
It'll be fine.
It's great. We have a crazy week this week, so we'll have to recap at some point. But
Yeah.
we're in the midst of a lot going on.
Pray
All
for
good
us.
things.
I need sleep so bad. Goodbye, you guys.
Bye.